beyond de-amplification, we are going to, conspiracy theories, we are going to be permanently suspending those accounts.
What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering, and even more information is now leaked out of Twitter as their stock continues to plummet. It looks like Parler is making a comeback, and even more bans have happened over the weekend. Now, you all know where I stand on free speech, and I understand that absolute free speech is not likely to be possible on super huge mega corporations platforms like Twitter or Facebook or even here on YouTube. And I'm really happy that you all are here on whatever platform that you're on. Maybe you're watching me on BitChute, or you're watching me on Library or Odyssey. I appreciate you. And hopefully, from what I've been told, Parler should be back up soon. And I appreciate your support. Solutions need to be made. And this latest leak from Twitter is pretty spicy. We're going to check all that out after a quick word from this important video sponsor. This video is sponsored by BlueBlocks. Look, after a long day of staring at multiple computer screens, and then when I'm not staring at my computer screen, staring at my phone, I didn't feel that good. For a while, I thought maybe I was just working too hard. But as it turns out, it can be from blue light damage. BlueBlocks sent me a pair, actually a couple of pairs to try out, and after doing some research, blue light damages our eyes and can lead to digital eye strain. Symptoms of digital eye strain are blurred vision, headaches, and dry, watery eyes. BlueBlocks was created to fix this problem and block out the blue light with these high-quality lenses. BlueBlocks has over 40 unique frame designs and come in prescription and non-prescription, as well as readers. So they have frames for every possible need. Go to blueblocks.com/thequartering and use promo code thequartering at checkout to get 20% off and free shipping worldwide. Get your energy back, sleep better, and block out the unhealthy effects of blue light with BlueBlocks. That's BLUBLOX.com/thequartering, or just click the link in the description or pinned comment below and make sure to use code thequartering to save 20%. Hey, I've been wearing my BlueBlocks every time I'm gaming when I don't need my prescription lenses. You can also get them in prescription lenses if that's what you like. I appreciate you supporting sponsors. They are extraordinarily important to this channel's survival. Now, today, brand new video came out from a high-end Twitter legal policy, trust and safety lead at Twitter. I don't want to guess on her name, but JJ, I don't know. We're going to actually be more aggressive in our enforcement beyond shadow banning and de-amplification. New video reports. Now, of course, the mission was to find all sorts of stuff out. You know, again, people like to discredit Project Veritas. I understand if you're skeptical, as you should be, of anything. Now, here we have video evidence. You can be the judge. And you see in this particular video, several things are said here. Here. So they talk about, okay, we already shadow ban, which I believe my account on Twitter is shadow ban, because every time I used to use Parler, I would get 10 times the engagement that I ever did on Twitter with half as many followers. And, you know, that's obviously a very bizarre thing that we just accept. It's a form of soft censorship because the only way people can find you is if they know your handle specifically. You don't show up on trending topics. You don't show up in a wide variety of searches. It is definitely a form of censorship. And they're talking about extending beyond that to theories, various theories. Now, this is a slippery word that Twitter and big social media will continue to use. Really, if you look back and you want to use, a kind of a wild example, people probably thought people saying the world was round was just a conspiracy theory. There was a time where people, thought if you didn't drown, then you were a witch. So what exactly is a conspiracy theory, and who's determining whether or not that's something that should be spread? This is a dangerous precedent where social media is predetermining whether or not any potential theory somebody has about any particular thing is worth allowing to exist. Again, this dips deep into the Section 230 argument that I've made since Jump Street here against Twitter and Facebook and YouTube. And that is that once you start determining yourself the arbiter of truth, the arbiter of what is and isn't allowed on your platform, you're no longer just a platform. You are, in fact, a publisher. You're publishing by way of elimination, not necessarily the things that you put out.
Whether we believe Trump's tweets are inciting violence and having real world harm, I think we've seen that, in fact, they are.
They don't know that. And again, one could make the argument that Twitter was fine all summer long with everybody whipping each other up into a frenzy when billions of dollars in damage were done. A city 20 minutes away from me was burned to the ground, largely organized on a place known as twitter.com. Now, Twitter didn't have any problem with people organizing on their platform to burn down small businesses, but apparently that's okay.
Since coming back from the timeout to de-escalate the situation in other places around the world where we've seen violence.
Well, and they go on to talk about, it's funny because it's so scary and sad. This corporation, Twitter, views itself as like a godlike figure that controls the masses. Like our platform, we need to be the arbiters of the words that are allowed on that because it's our responsibility to save the world in the way we see fit. Again, they didn't have any problems when billions of dollars in damage and lives were lost this last summer. They had no problem literally putting that stuff on trending, okay? You don't think that putting all these idiots burning down businesses in the trending tab incited more people to go take part? I mean, I think I'd make that. I think that argument could be made, but Twitter didn't have a problem then, did they?
In that sense, we do feel like this is our global approach. We need to be very focused on being able to enforce any of these policies or enforcement decisions we make at scale. I think long term we want to be in terms of building trust and enforcing policies consistently and providing adequate notice before we take a very aggressive step like our
Now, it's interesting because, if Twitter thought that they could stop this type of thing, why didn't they do it this past summer, of course? Now, a lot of the comments, I'm so glad that a company can restrict anyone's free speech, and it's planned and touted. Welcome to the technocracy. No social compact, respect of freedoms, or defense of God-given inalienable rights. Just what they think is right. Now, again, I've never, and if I did, I was incorrect in making the case that Twitter should just allow people to say whatever they want. I understand that the world is more complicated than that. And that's really never been my gripe. My gripe has been that they choose what is allowed to be said and they have an obvious bias. You can see in what they do to deboost just simple conversations. This is, you can see here, Twitter suspends account of Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene. Social media continues to crack down on public speech in the wake of everything that happened at the Capitol. Sunday, they temporarily suspended the account for 12 hours for multiple violations of their civic integrity policy. The same thing happened to President Trump before he was indefinitely suspended from Twitter, in a move that prompted Twitter shares to decline 12% last week. The platform has also suspended more than 70,000 accounts for promoting theories that they don't like. And again, that isn't a support of any of the... I'm unaware what their theories are, Q, okay? But again, theories. Theories have to exist in the open market so that they can be debunked and they can be mocked if they're incorrect. And we see exactly what happens today. Twitter stock is down another 1.5% and continues to go down. I, for one, am happy as their stock continues to take. Now, the wider market is down today as well, but here you are at 1.33% down. Tack that onto the 12%, you're down nearly 15%. But that doesn't matter because these people are saving the world. You see Apple CEO Tim Cook defending decision to remove Parler from App Store. Quote, "We don't consider that free speech." While speaking with Chris Wallace on Fox News Sunday, Cook said Parler could return if they got their moderation together. Apple CEO Tim Cook speaking out, "I feel like I was in some sort of alternate reality, to be honest with you. That could not be happening," he added. Following the behavior, Apple suspended conservative-leaning social media platform Parler from the App Store, noting in a statement, "We've always supported diverse points of view being represented in the App Store." No, you haven't. But there's no place for this platform for all this bad behavior that obviously anyone could find on Twitter. Again, you have Tim Cook supporting. You have The Verge putting an article out the other day talking about that it's working. This is a good thing that they suspended the president. I, for one, am using Twitter a lot less because the memes are a lot lighter now. You see Parler CEO John Matz refute suggestions that GPS showed. So they sent all the Parler posts to the feds. Would they have done this to Facebook? Did they do this to Twitter this last summer when crimes were being committed on tape? No. And then at the 11th hour on Friday, Google went after Minds.com. Minds forced to cut major features from Play Store app versions after Google threatened to deplatform it. Bill Ottman, CEO of the open source free speech social network Minds, has revealed that several key features will no longer be available in the Google Play Store version of the Minds app after Google sent a 24-hour warning. "We aren't happy and we will be working." So here's what Bill actually wrote. Google Play sent Minds a 24-hour warning. A response app was accepted into the store based on the interim solution and Ninja developers, but we had to remove major functionality from that version of the app. We did the same on iOS for obvious reasons. What is happening on the internet with major providers is fueling the cultural divide as much as anything. A massive overhaul of mobile messenger is coming this quarter, including group chats, file sharing, end-to-end encryption, federation, and much more. The old school one is being ripped out completely. A massive overhaul of the mobile wallet and token rewards is coming this quarter as well, and we're both able to remain. We had to remove search, discovery, and comments. I know we aren't happy and we will be working together to get something better. What is fascinating is how Signal and Telegram are navigating this, and in my opinion, are still there because they encrypted messages without much, quote, public content. Obviously, controversial speech is happening there too. It is key to maintain access to the stores because hundreds of thousands of current users currently installed there. We recommend everyone download from us. If you're on Apple, leave if you're smart. We will be releasing a full report and plan. So again, it's awfully coincidental. And we see here people are reporting that Parler is back. I wouldn't exactly call this back, but it is redirecting to a splash page now that says, "Now seems like the right time to remind you all, both lovers and haters, why this platform started. We believe privacy is paramount to free speech, essential, especially on social media. Our aim has always been to provide a nonpartisan public square where people can enjoy and exercise their rights to both. We will resolve any challenge before us and a path to welcome all of you back soon. We will not let civil discourse perish." Well, it's going to be interesting to see how all of this plays out. I mean, I use Twitter because it's literally the only and best option to get a hold of you all. And ultimately, I try to promote Minds. I use my Minds. My videos go to my Minds. But that's why I'm working on, thequartering.com so that I can host my own videos and or at least provide, an open source or a open spot for conversation, using the comment sections. This is scary times that, we just saw here I may cover this more fully later, but Storyfire, look, another YouTube alternative, looks like it's done. Wish I had good news to share. Over the last 6 months, we've been pitching as many investors as humanly possible. After so many meetings of showing how powerful the community has been, the product we've developed on our team, nobody has taken a chance on us. After pouring everything I've made off YouTube into Storyfire, it's definitely disheartening to not receive support. We came close with a few different VCs. Unfortunately, no one has leaped the chasm. The future of Storyfire remains uncertain. Like most everything else during these times, we're taking meetings. However, our resources are running out. I've financially carried this platform on my back for years. Really surprised nobody has stepped. No matter what happens, I really appreciate everyone who has supported Storyfire. And no, I will never stop fighting for aspiring creators in any way that I can. We'll keep you guys updated. Truly heartbreaking for another YouTube competitor to go down. But this is the future. Make sure you check out this video sponsor. Again, sponsors are extraordinarily important. Their link is in the description below, and we'll talk to you again real soon.